Oh, at last. This piece of shit is working. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Do not buy a GoPro 7 Black. Piece of crap. It's taken me the last 10 minutes to get this fucking piece of shit to work. Can't wait to buy myself a decent camera. All right. I haven't done one of these for a while. This is a Gin and Groans, and I stole the idea from my friend in Church House Classics who did a Beer and Bollocks. Mine are Gin and Groans because he'd already stolen Beer and Bollocks, and I must spank his bottom for that, but he might enjoy it. I got a few things I want to go through. Some of them politically incorrect. Oh dear, I'm using words. Oh gosh, that's awful. The other is between American and English translations, and that I stole the idea, and I'll own up, I stole it from To the Garage, my buddy John D, back in the good old UK. Love it, John. Come on down, buddy. Let me show you what hot is really like in Arizona. All right. It's people get really abusive behind the keyboard because they feel protected. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Recently, my gardener, no, that's not a posh thing, it was just a Mexican friend of mine. Shit, doesn't matter if he's Mexican or not, it's a friend of mine, and he would come and cut my grass, look after my garden, which is not huge, and would be paid a nominal fee, even though I think he should have been paid a lot more. He would not accept it, but he's ended up to be a good friend of mine. So he has decided, because of his age and the heat here in Arizona, which, believe me, beats the shit out of you. Now, he was working a job, he was working nights, and then in daytime he was doing gardening shit. I don't know when the fuck I slept, but poor bastard. Anyway, he had decided that enough was enough and he's not going to do any more. And I thoroughly understand it. I work on cars, as you guys know, and sometimes it gets so fucking hot you just have to say no. However, I then put out a message on a thing called Nextdoor out here where I live, and saying need a girl or boy to come cut my grass. I've got all the equipment to do it, and I figured that, you know, a young girl or boy, I don't give a damn, could come and cut my grass for $10. Understand, my grass is not quite a postage stamp, but it isn't fucking big. It takes about 10 minutes to do it, maybe 15 if you're slow. I got so many abusive emails, text messages, whatever you want to call it, through the Nextdoor, because I specified a young girl or boy. I figured an adult wouldn't want to come and do it for $10. You know, it's a few bucks in the guy's pocket. He comes once a week. It takes him 10 to 15 minutes, her 10 to 15 minutes, and done. What shall I say, side bit of that is I've got some trees that need trimming, so I'll say to the person, okay, I need that chopped off, that chopped off, that chopped off on the tree. How much? They then learn to guesstimate. They give me a number. If I agree to it, it's done. They don't even have to deal with the refuse other than put it in the back of my truck and I'll deal with it. So that's one side of hiding behind the keyboard, because the next door neighbour people were abusive. What the fuck? I mean, I wasn't asking to have sex with them, for Christ's sake. I just wanted a young kid to have an opportunity to earn a few bucks to cut a very small piece of lawn. Fortunately, I do have a young gentleman whose stepfather brings him here. He cuts the grass. It takes him 10 to 15 minutes. His stepfather sits in his truck and waits. He does the job. He does a good job, and no problem. The next thing, again, hiding behind the keyboard, being abusive. The recent Formula One race, which is something I follow. I put a comment out there about a incident between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. I'm a fan of both of them, so I wasn't biased either way. And I said, well, yeah, looks like the accident was a racing incident. I had a comment from one person. I can't remember who he was because he's insignificant. Blah 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 blah. The rule book says blah 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 blah. Well, having been a racing driver myself and having watched other races, there are certain things that just become racing incidents, which really, in all honesty, is what this was. They both fucked up, and that was the end of it. This particular person, all he could do was quote rules and then call me a dumbass. Okay, you can quote the rules, but why are you insulting me? I had an opinion, which you also had. A ex-driver, Karun Chundok, I believe his name is, had the same opinion as me, but it was a racing incident. Not a nice one, of course, but it was a racing incident. So, why insult? Why hide behind your keyboard like a pathetic fucking moron and make these comments? Why? Well, because you know that I can't come and beat the fucking shit out of you. Or blow your fucking brains out. Okay, that's a little aggressive, but there you go. That kind of shit annoys me. You don't like my opinion, that's fine. It's not your opinion, that's fine. You make your opinion, I make mine. You don't need to be insulting. This seems to be the way this current generation works. They hide behind the keyboard and throw out insults. They do not use what minimal brain cells they have, which I find, I would say I find terrible, but it doesn't matter because, I've probably got another 20 or 30 years in this world before I pop my clogs, and then you can all go fuck yourselves. All right, now, stealing again from my friend John D in the good old U of K. Excuse me, I need a sip. He's doing a thing, American English. And it inspired me not to do the American English thing so much, because I don't want to steal his thunder there, because he's doing a fucking brilliant job. But words that are used these days, and I can't say I don't understand them, I do, but I don't see the point of them. Like, well, it was like, oh, it's like this, and it's like that, and it's like this, and it's like, no, it either is or it isn't. You don't need the word like, not if you've got half a brain. The other one, pet peeve, basically. Well, it's basically this, and I basically did a basic. No, you either did or you didn't do it. Now, I will put my hand up and say, because of these words are used so often, I get infected by this disease, and I use them. I try not to, but I do. So, what's the other one? Oh, do you know what I mean? Well, I'm watching your channel, I'm watching whatever, and we're speaking basically the same. Basically, see, I did it. I fucking did it. Damn it. We are speaking the same language, but I'm English, you're speaking American English. But it's not that difficult. So we can speak the same language. There's a word out there at the moment called woke. I don't have a fucking clue what it means. And I really don't care. You've conjured up a new word for whatever it means. But I bet if you put it in normal terms, we'd understand what you're talking about. So if you use the word woke, you're an asshole. Okay, let's move on to things car related. We'll start with the Formula One shit. We talk about quali. Huh? It's qualifying. It's not quali, it's qualifying. And whilst Martin Brundle and the rest will never ever watch this video, speak English, you motherfuckers. Deg. No, you mean degradation. Tyre degradation, not tyre deg. Tyre degradation. Yes, it's so hard to have to put the whole fucking word together. Qualifying. Oh, yeah, because you can't manage those extra few syllables. Ugh. On cars. Oh, the Dizzy. Dizzy? What the fuck a Dizzy is? You mean distributor. Yeah, it requires a few more movements of the mouth. Distributor. Tough shit. Speak proper. Proper. Even that doesn't sound right. The Americans use this word a lot, which makes me want to puke. Gotten. I've gotten this, or they've gotten that. No, you've got it. You haven't got it. Gotten is, ugh. Maybe that's just a personal thing. I don't know. This one particularly relates to people of a dark skin. Yes. Some call them niggers, but I'm not allowed to because I have a white skin. So I'm not allowed to say the word nigger. Yet Chris Rock can go up there on stage and say nigger, nigger, nigger. And it's okay. But if I say it, I get told I'm being prejudiced. I'm not. I don't give a shit what colour your skin is. Geesh, I went to school with black people, Chinese people, Mexican people, Italian. I didn't give a fuck. But he axed me. Oh, so he got an axe and chopped you to pieces? No, he asked you. It's not difficult. It doesn't take a lot of effort to say asked. He axed me. Sorry. Let's leave it there, shall we? There was one more, but I can't read my notes to tell you what it was. Isn't that pathetic? For stupid people. Nah. You're going to have to get it in the next one. Okay, all of my subscribers who have unfortunately had to watch this drivel diatribe, yeah, look it up, of my ramblings. I won't get into the politics of buy dumb because I can't be bothered. It's not worth the effort. He's not worth the effort. Sorry for you buy dumb fans. Let's hit this here before I go. Oh, excuse me. Hiccups. Oh dear. Before I go down the bad road. But as on all of my videos, get your fucking ass there in the garage and do some shit. This is just me steaming off because I can. If you disagree, put it in the comments. But don't be abusive. You know, Gary, you said this, I disagree. That's fine. We all have our opinions on whatever it is. But you don't need to be nasty and abusive. It serves no purpose. I look at it and go, you're a fucking asshole. So, okay, you got it off your chest, big deal. It means nothing to me. You're nothing to me. You're just someone who put an abusive comment out there that I will ignore, block, and remove. Come back with a sensible, structured comment that says, Gary, well, you said this, but blah, 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 blah. That's perfect. Now, Gary, you're a dumbass. Well, maybe I am, but I ain't going to leave that comment there because you're retarded. I'm sorry, that's just my thoughts. Give me a sensible comment, opposite argument. Damn, what was that thing on Monty Python? If I'm arguing with you, I must take the opposite point of view. Can't remember if that's exactly correct, but you can take an opposite point of view to me, which is absolutely fine, but it doesn't have to be abusive. Yeah, you know, I could come back and say, well, you're a fucking moron, blah, blah, blah. Why? It achieves nothing. Alright, let's leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe, play with your dong, and get in the garage and do some shit. Good night, guys. Girls. Girls, girls, girls. Alright. I had procrastinated, and that can make your eyes water, as to whether to put this video out or not. Yeah, gin and groans. With all due respect to Church House Classics with his beer and bollocks. I'm kind of plagiarizing, stealing. The one thing I couldn't think of in the video, which you have just seen me struggle with, was millimeters. Yeah, I know I'm an old fart, and I grew up with inches, 16th of an inch, quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch, things divided by 12. But of course, the Europeans, you know, the French particularly, and the rest of them can't do anything unless it's in tens. Now, I do appreciate that working in tens is easier. But when you tell me it's 25 millimeters, I go, oh no, it's an inch. Because I know what an inch looks like. I really don't know what 25 millimeters looks like. And a lot of my friends and other YouTubers keep talking millimeters. But what was amusing is someone, oh, that's half a millimeter. Don't you mean that's 0.5 of a millimeter? Because you still cannot get out of it. English measurements are, to my mind, a little more accurate. But I will... Oh, what's the word I was looking for? Quiesce? I'm not sure if that's quite the right word. Understand that you want to work in tens because your brain can't function unless it's in tens. It's just one of those things. I can function in 12s. I can function in 9600 baud. I can function in various different measurements because I actually have a brain cell that functions. And it seems that most Europeans cannot. So, you know, they try and force their decimal, I believe that's the correct term, decimal situation on us because they want us to be like them. We're not. We're separate. We're an island. If you don't understand or can't work with our measurements, then go away. That's just my opinion. I'm an old fart, so you probably don't agree with me, but yeah, who cares? You don't care about my opinion, I don't care about yours. It's just annoying to me that we have in England, and no, I don't live there anymore, in England tried to accommodate the limited minds of the Europeans, which is a great shame. Ours, to my mind, because I grew up with it, was a better system, but I can understand you need to make it simple for the people of the current generation who cannot even function without putting a phone in front of their face or picking up a calculator. I am not the best maths person in the world, but I can figure it out. Alright, last of my little rants. Millimeters suck. I'd rather, you know, quarter of an inch. You ask me, you tell me, it's quarter of an inch, Gary, and I go, and I can figure that in my mind. Quarter of an inch, size of my penis. You know, it's 12 inches, Gary. That's the penis I used to have. It's 500 milliliters, millimeters. I haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about. Okay, rant over. Have fun, boys.